On my channel today, I want to discuss two things. I want to discuss what's being reported throughout the mainstream media, because this is important for the mainstream media, and that is the alleged assault that happened in Moncton, New Brunswick, between, I'm assuming it was white people. It's being reported that they physically assaulted a Muslim lady in front of her 7-year-old child. Now, if you haven't seen the video's all over the place, and it looks like a woman is assaulting another woman. Now, they are claiming that this woman that was assaulted had a bloody face, bloody nose, was a Muslim woman. Now, I'm just outside my local Walmart here, and this Walmart is very close to my house. Now, I want to put things into perspective, and I also want to discuss reporting of hate crimes. I want to discuss that too, but I want to discuss the Moncton, New Brunswick alleged assault of a Muslim lady first. Now, this Walmart's been here for quite some time. Now, if you look in this parking lot right now, and maybe you can or cannot see, I would say there is not too many people that look like me. You can read between the lines with that. So where I'm going with this, just say, or just picture that I'm riding my bike through here, I'm parking my car in here, I'm just walking through here, I'm going in this store to shop, and I get into a verbal altercation with someone for whatever reason. I can't speculate what that reason would be, but just say it gets to the point where physical words become physical, and I start throwing hands with someone. Now, the likelihood of me getting into a physical altercation with someone that isn't white is huge, because there are no white people here. I'm the only white person here. So now, equally, it's also easy for the mainstream media to report that a white guy attacked one of these people because of their color, their ethnic background, their religious beliefs. Very easy for the mainstream media to report that, or for anyone to report that. Any sort of person, even like myself, could report that, right? I can go out and I don't know anything. I don't know anything about the backstory. I don't know what led up to the verbal, then physical altercation. I don't know anything about that, other than the fact the one dude is a white guy, and the person that he got into the physical altercation with is not white. So the media is going to run with that. Like I said in many of my videos, the demand for racism far exceeds the supply. So I watched this video of this woman being attacked in New Brunswick. Was she Muslim? I don't know. She didn't look Muslim to me, to be honest with you. But what does Muslim look like? What does Muslim look like, right? So I haven't seen any subsequent investigations or interviews with the parties involved. But you see what I mean? The media will immediately run with that story, because it is what the mainstream media wants to paint, and that is division, and that is chaos within this country. So it's like the old red ant, black ant. You put it in a jar and shake it up. What do you think is going to happen? So what led up to this altercation? Could it have started in one of the stores? Could have been over a parking spot? Now, what I did here, this is what I did here, and obviously I don't know if it's true. It could just be someone on a right-leaning side, or someone that actually witnessed it. They were saying that the woman that was assaulted, the Muslim woman, was spitting on people. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. But what I will say, if I get into a verbal altercation with anyone in this parking lot, and someone spits on me or spat on me, I'm going from not talking a whole lot to pretty much insanity instantly. So there will be a severe physical altercation. Now, depending on the investigation that the police conduct, and I'm sure it will be a thorough investigation, because there are cameras everywhere, including a 24/7 lock cop over there tied into all the other security cameras in Walmart. It will be a very detailed investigation that may involve intelligence agencies, and which may involve RCMP. And that is because I am white, and it's going to be painted that a far right-wing extremist, a white supremacist, a white nationalist, attacked a person of color because I'm a racist, I'm a homophobe, I'm an Islamophobe. That will be spewed across the internet and mainstream media. I shouldn't say the internet, through CBC, CTV, City TV, all the major bought and paid for liberal propaganda media. So, yeah. So then, you know, obviously every resource that the Canadian government has is going to be thrown at me. Anyhow, so that is the picture that can be painted very easily from someone that wants to paint the narrative that there is mass racism, mass, you know, a mass divide within the country. Now, that is just talking from a street level perspective. That is just talking how easy it could be. And to reiterate, if I get into a physical beef with anyone in this parking lot or in the store, like I said, I can't stress it enough. The likelihood of me seeking out another white person, and it's not going to be a woman, the possibility of me seeking out another white person to beat the shit out of is going to be slim. I might be here for a little while. You know where I'm going with this. And I don't care if that sounds racist. That's just the facts. That's just the facts. Toronto is the largest city in Canada, and Toronto is the most ethnically diverse city in the world, to my understanding. So, okay, so let's get the facts. Let's find out about the facts of what happened in New Brunswick. Like I said in my videos, I don't believe anything that's being reported from the mainstream media. They are more or less crisis actors, the people that report, and they are paid. They are no different than CSIS or RCMP. They are paid to spew out the liberal globalist propaganda. Now, second, I want to talk. I'm going to sit down for this. Secondly, I want to discuss something that I watched this morning on Rebel News. Rebel News had their billboard truck not too far away from here. I was actually going to go to the location. I thought that's no big deal if I go there or not. The truck's not going to be there. But it's relatively close to my house. It's at Caledonia and St. Clair, which is, I'm at St. Clair and Runnymede, so it's not far away. Just got to wait for this idiot on his two-way radio. Over here, Magnum PEI. Rebel News had the truck parked out on St. Clair near Caledonia, and on the truck, the large billboard screen, like a large screen TV, it said "No men in women's sports." Now, Rebel News has been an advocate to keep men out of women's sports for years. This is not something that would be out of the norm for Rebel News to report, and I totally support that movement, that cause. I don't want women. I don't want men in women's sports. I don't want men in women's washrooms. It's anyhow. I'm not going to get into that. But anyhow, so I'm going to attach this video at the end of my video in a thumbnail, like I do most times. I attach either one of my videos or someone else's, and in that attachment at the end, you can actually subscribe to my channel, which I don't really push a whole lot in my videos. But if you feel that you are gaining something, or you like my perspective on things, a street level Torontonian's perspective, by all means subscribe. Sorry I went off on a tangent there. So, a small, demure, effeminate Asian male was walking by this this Rebel billboard truck, and in the video you will witness that this person became immediately irrational with regards to his safe space, his quote-unquote safe space. He felt intimidated, he felt threatened. So there were two police vehicles parked there, and he went up to the police and he demanded that a hate crime be investigated, because he felt what the billboard was portraying, and it said keep men out of women's sports, was a hate crime, and it was directly putting him in danger. So he's knocking on the window of the passenger side of one cop car. It's a female cop that gets out, of course, and she gets out, and right away she knows she's dealing with another mentally unstable individual at the street level, because that's what it is, and that's what cops are. All cops are is they're just keeping society together with a little bit of glue that they offer from complete anarchy. And you know, when you get someone that you can tell is obviously knocking aggressively on a cop's window, you can tell you don't really want to get out and deal with that. I do feel for the cops, but at the end of the day, the cops get a lot of perks. The cops get a lot of money, and the cops get multiple firearms, and they're allowed to use them. So they signed up for it. So they get out of the car, the female cop gets out of the car, and she's with an older partner, an older white guy. Been around a little while, this guy, he's seen some action. And so anyhow, this little Asian effeminate liberal, beta feminized male, he is demanding the police they stop filming him. So Ezra Levant was there. Lincoln J is one of Ezra Levant's videographers, but he's also like a reporter. He's been with Rebel News for quite a while. But the guy was using the police to do his bidding. And I've said this in many of my videos. A lot of weak people that can't control their emotions or can't use critical thinking to avoid a situation or conflict resolution or de-escalation, they go to the police to be their bullies. And I don't like using that word, bullies. I think it's a completely, I don't like that word. But maybe that's the wrong choice of words. And I shouldn't say that word because I hate it. But they're using the cops as their goons. And right away, anyone with a camera can video anyone out in public, okay? You know, do I video people? Of course I do. But it's not my channel to go to my way and want to antagonize a little beta feminized liberal. That's not my channel. But it's so easy to do. And a lot of the people that have those channels, they do quite well. They would do way better than my channel would do by doing that, but that's just not me. That's not my thing. But I will say this: if this guy did approach me, and if I was there, oh yes, my camera's going to go into his face, and I'm going to try to have this dialogue with any liberal that is irrational or irate. I'm going to try to have this dialogue and keep my distance, because I know the potential for them to escalate it and to get violent is almost immediate. Even if this guy is a 5'4", 5'5", you know, slight effeminate male, I'm still keeping my distance because I don't know if he's got a pokey poke on him. I don't know if he's got pepper spray on him. I don't know. I don't know if he's got one of these on him. So my guard is up regardless of what you look like. So he's not getting close to me. He or she is not getting close to me. And that goes for women too. A lot of women unalive people. A lot of women assault people because they can't control their emotions, especially when you want to have a dialogue with someone where you just want to remain fact-based, and when you start bringing facts to them, they can't counter that. So they immediately get hostile with you and start calling you racist, and they start calling you homophobic, Islamophobic, and all those other propaganda words that have been devised to put people like me into a corner. That doesn't work no more. A lot of people are understanding that. That does not work no more. So anyhow, the cops took this guy aside. They took him up onto a grassy area, and they more or less told him, like, you know, you can't get us to stop them from filming, and they didn't assault you. And the cops, well, let me back this up. The cops told the driver, this is before Ezra Levant got there, the cops told the driver that he wasn't free to leave. They were investigating a hate crime. Now, that's not on camera that I'm aware of, but that's what the driver told Lincoln J. Lincoln J told Ezra, or the driver told that to Ezra directly, that he wasn't free to leave because the cops were investigating a hate crime. So let me put this into context. I'm sitting here. Someone calls the cops on me because I'm a white guy sitting here, and they say on the phone, there is a guy here that is saying racial slurs to me. There is a guy here that is saying things that could be of a hateful nature. Now the cops got this on the phone. The dispatcher tells the cops, we got a white nationalist, a white supremacist sitting on the bench at Walmart. The cops are getting here with their backup. And when I mean their backup, well, there will be other cops with them, but I mean their back is up. They're on guard already. So they will show up with multiple cop cars, and there's a good chance that when the cops show up, the cops aren't going to be white. That's just the way it is. So they are going to, I'm not saying in every case they are going to tend to believe what the dispatcher says or the complainant says, but it does happen a lot. Now cops are also, a lot of them are obviously street savvy, and a lot of them will make the determination that this person that called the cops is just calling the cops because he can. It's a taxpayer right, and the person calling the cops wants to use the cops as his or her goons. Cops know that, and I'll tell you right now, what cops really hate is when you tell a cop what they should be doing to someone else. So keep doing it, people on the left. When the cops show up, tell them to arrest people like me, because cops do not like that. Or I should say they like that. So keep doing it. So that's exactly what happened in this case. This guy had no legal leg to stand on. Rebel News wasn't being hateful. Rebel News was just stating the facts. Why the fuck do we got men and women's sports? Simple. And on the billboard, it was just, I think, a bunch of women playing soccer. I don't know if there was a dude up there. I don't know. I don't think so. I just think it was just an innocuous, innocent video that they were on loop. And this little Asian guy wanted to have a hissy fit, a liberal hissy fit. And so anyhow, when you watch this video, you will see at the end, they put this little Asian guy in the back seat of the scout car, the Toronto Police scout car, and they drive him home. What I hope they did, they gave him some pamphlets for to get his mental health issues looked at, or possibly even drive him down to Queen Street to CAMH. It's our largest mental health facility in Toronto, maybe in Ontario. Drive him down there and maybe try to convince him to sign himself in for a 72-hour psychological evaluation so he can't harm himself or others. I'm hoping that's what the police did, because obviously when you watch this video, you'll see this guy, there is, I don't want to misgender him, her. This person, you can automatically come to the determination they are mentally unstable. And that is the sort of people that are going around screaming and telling people, or going to be calling these 1-800 numbers, these online reporting centers for hate crimes. These are the type of people that will be doing this. And that's the type of people that the liberals have indoctrinated. That's the type of people that the liberals are very happy to have within Canadian society. Those lines, and when I mean lines, phone lines, the internet, maybe you can text the information. These lines are overwhelmed with people that don't even leave wherever they live in the morning, and they're already incensed with regards to perceived hate crimes. They're already incensed with the way they think they are being mistreated within this country. So they're just going to keep on repeatedly overwhelm these reporting centers. And then on the other line of these reporting centers, you're going to have desensitized people, but the people that they're going to hire are going to be the same people that are calling in. So they are going to try to keep up, and they are going to try to dispatch the police. They are going to try to dispatch the RCMP. I'm sure they're going to have to assemble, if they don't already have, divisions of bylaw, divisions of law enforcement that are going to have to go and investigate all these crimes. And you always hear they want to hire more and more and more police. Even Bradford, the one, what's his name? Brad Bradford, I think his name is. He's running for mayor of Toronto. He's saying that he wants to hire another 1,000 police. We don't have a shortage of police. We have a shortage of people in the legal system holding people to account, and I mean violent criminals. I don't mean people that are doing YouTube videos like me, and people that are on Instagram, TikTok, X, anything like that, Facebook. That's where we are falling short at. Well, I shouldn't say we're falling short. That's where the liberal globalist government wants this country, just like the UK, putting 12,000 people a year in jail for perceived online hate crimes. 12,000, like 30 people a day they are investigating and arresting in the UK. And that's exactly what Mark Carney wants. He wants Canada to be like Europe. He says it at every opportunity he gets. And I don't even want to start talking about Doug Ford today in this video. In an upcoming video, I'm going to talk about Doug Ford and how he's being used as cannon fodder to make it look like he is the rah-rah street level guy going after Trump. Hey man, I'm telling you, Trump, Carney, Ford, David Eby, Wab Canoe, Tim Houston, who's the woman of New Brunswick, premier, and even now Danielle Smith. Danielle Smith just said in an interview with CBC that David Cochrane interviewed her that Mark Carney's trips abroad are paying dividends, are paying off. So even Danielle Smith's been got. I'm going to get into that in a separate video. But if you got any questions, concerns, or any comments, put it in the comment section. But let's wait to see what happens with that investigation in New Brunswick. Let's wait and see if we can. Well, I'm not expecting the truth either way. The truth is what the CBC and mainstream media is painting it, and that is a bunch of white right-wing nationalist women beat the shit out of a Muslim woman because she's Muslim. So I call bullshit. What says you? Leave it in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Bye.